Hi, I'm Gareth Spence and welcome to Tech Talk. At this year's OFC, the OIF is holding a major interoperability demo. Among the 40 vendors involved, Adtran is playing a key role. To provide details on what's happening, I'm joined by Adtran's Stefan Voll. Stefan, why are interoperability demos like this so important for the industry?
Hi, Gareth. It's really important because a lot of our customers, they want to deploy and buy in a disaggregated way, meaning a best-of-breed OLS, a best-of-breed thin transponder, a best-of-breed transceiver. And then, of course, they need standards to make sure that interoperation actually works. And OIF is defining many of these standards which help and facilitate that interoperation. So showing that in real, with a lot of vendors involved, with many transceiver vendors, many host platform vendors, many OLS vendors, and many controllers, is essential to show that it actually works.
What is Adtran contributing to the demo?
We are one of the vendors actually contributing every single piece of the optical piece. We provide a line system, actually the only multi-span line system, C and L band multi-span line system in this live demo. We are providing pluggables, 100, 400, and 800 gig, and we are providing a controller. The only thing we don't provide is a host platform, and that is then what the likes of Juniper HP and Cisco are providing.
Pluggables has been a hot topic at this year's show. Can you describe a little bit more about what's happening with them here?
Yeah, so what we provide here is 100 and 400 and 800 gig coherent pluggables. One of the very few companies actually providing the full scale and the full scope. There's only one other company also providing all speeds besides us. And it's 100 gig, as we know, it's our own product, the 400 gig, the 800 gig, which also provide to those customers with high output power, low output power, so the full scale of the complete portfolio.
What does this demo say about the state of open networking today?
Yeah, it pretty much says that it works, also including the 800 gig portfolio. Last year, this was very different. So last year, when we tested 800 gig, some of the transceivers did not come up in some of the host platforms. Some of the transceivers did not have such a great performance and actually fell short in terms of performance expectations. Now this year, we did a very detailed plugfest prior to the show. And we measured required OSNR in different interop scenarios. And all of the transceivers were pretty good in performance, very decent, actually being good with the standard performance which was required. Also, they all came up, like Jad from HP Juniper told me that each single plug came up in his host platform easily. Only a very little work required for some of them. Also, OS came up very easily. So that means now in such an interop scenario, in an alien wavelength performance scenario, in like an interop performance scenario with different host platforms, they all work now. So also now 800 gig is mature as an ecosystem.
For any operators watching this video, what's the biggest takeaway that they need to know?
So for me, actually, this 800 gig maturity, that's the biggest takeaway. This is now a good one. 400 gig anyways works, everybody knows that. 100 gig have proven last year that it works well, and interop works well, and we meet expectations. Now 800 gig does as well. And maybe the second very interesting thing is that we now have an L-band system here, and there's L-band pluggables out there. So we extend from the C to the L-band with the same architectural concept.
Stefan, thanks for joining me today.
Sure, it was a pleasure. Thank you.